Hello there, the Gagaman here to talk to you about Sonic Lost World. Released in 2013 as a Wii U third-party exclusive, it recently, out of the blue, got announced that a port was heading for Steam. On the day of Halloween, me and Cherry Terrier spin-dashed our way over to London to attend a launch party for the game, the first of many events that Sega Europe are planning for the near future. Changing at Stratford, we jumped off the train at Dalston, Kingsland, home of lots of Turkish foodstuffs, 98p stores and... It was here that we arrived at the party's venue, the Loading Bar. We visited the Loading Bar once before when it was located in Soho, but this new place is far more spacious and full of traditional pub charm. As you walk in, there is an arcade cabinet for a Konami-developed basketball game called Run and Gun. Weird name for a basketball game. They also have a flashy modern Simpsons pinball machine, a huge collection of board games, and to our surprise, the Doom piano. We played this back at the Eurogamer Expo in 2013. Unfortunately, it wasn't set up to play Doom, but it was still playable as, well, a piano. We were greeted by Dan Sheridan, newly hired community manager of Sega Europe, who provided us with Steam keys of the game and told us that all drinks were on the house. Just as well too, as the drinks at the Loaded Bar are quite special. Being a gaming themed bar, every cocktail had a pun-tastic name, including the Gin and Sonic and Deus Ex on the beach, but most importantly, many of them were ingenious and incredibly tasty. These included the No Man's Pie, a lemon curd, crumbled biscuit and cream dream, and our personal favourite, the Final Fantasy tea, an alcoholic orangey tea that we tried both hot and as an iced tea. What you got there, Stace?
Well, that one's a day 6 on the beach.
So
it's like regular 6 on the beach, but with a cinnamon vodka.
So it's 6 on the beach, but with a video game pun. Downstairs is where they had Sonic Lost World set up on a host of gaming PCs. They also had a Wii U, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, and unfortunately turned off Super Nintendo down there, as well as a nice display of all kinds of gaming-related gubbins. See that? Die Hard Arcade. Oh look, they got Spelunky figures. I want to take them home. Briskets. Here we met up with some long time no see friends, including the Fega London Arcade Gang, Sonic Yoda of Sega Driven, Helen from Street Party London, and Dreadnoughts of the Sonic Stadium. We also got to take away with us a Sega goodie bag. Sega bags. Sega. And what's inside? Let's have a look. It's got, yes, that is what you think it is, if you can even make it out in the plastic. It's a Sonic hat. And we also got this very cool Sega lanyard. I've always wanted a Sega lanyard, so there we go. Now I can pretend I work for Sega or something.
I'm just like letting you know, I want you in.
Oh, that's how these come off.
Oh, were they velcroed?
Yeah. Now I'm my original character, Gagaman! Now embarrassing.
Now I'm my original character, Cherry Terrier.
So how does Sonic Lost World on PC compare to the previous Wii U release? Content-wise, it is mostly the same, excluding the dual-screen multiplayer and downloadable Nintendo-themed stages, of course. Though I did notice that the Nights into Dreams themed stage that was a pre-order bonus for the Wii U version is still here. One other thing I did notice that was missing was the balloon popping circus minigame. I guess this was excluded due to it using touchscreen controls, and I know I had a lot of fun with this silly little extra. I doubt many people will miss it. One necessary change that is going to be seen as a blessing for most is how the wisps are no longer motion controlled, for obvious reasons. This makes them far easier and quicker to execute, as you don't have to stare down at another screen or get a stylus out anymore. Having said that, the lack of a gamepad screen means some options like the mission list and the item bag have been assigned to clicking in the sticks on a controller, which upon playing I kept finding myself setting off by accident. Whoops. You can also play the game with your keyboard if you're so inclined. The resolution can be bumped up to 1080p and can run at a silky smooth 60 frames per second as before. Lost World isn't quite as graphically demanding as Sonic Generations, but you can also turn off a few visual touches like grass and shadows if needed. Personally, I love the surreal, super colourful look they went for with this game, and it holds up really well on PC. Another upcoming advantage to this version will be Mods! That's right, soon you'll be able to play as Big the Cat in Super Mario Galaxy stages while Folkloid music plays in the background. Kidding aside, consider what amazing stuff was pulled off by fans for Sonic Generations. I look forward to seeing what people come up for with this game. Generally, if you already played the game before on Wii U, not much has changed, so if you wasn't a fan of it then, and I know this game had very mixed opinions, then this new PC version won't change your mind, unless the motion and touch controls were your only gripe with it previously. For me, while the game does start to get quite tricky and awkward by the latter half, the first half is extremely pleasant. It's a solid and experimental game that you really got to try for yourself. It's really unlike anything else in the series, for better or worse.
Ooh, what's this card here? Ooh, this looks interesting. I should take one of these. Ooh.
In the end, we had an excellent time at the event. The loading bar is the perfect location for this kind of launch party, with thematic drinks and a great atmosphere, and Sega were brilliant hosts. We look forward to more events like this from you guys in the future. Eh? More? Can we have more?
Sonic and booze. What's not to like? Sonic and booze.
Oh, I know what you're thinking. Look at the hat, look at the silly spines and the little ears. Oh, I really, really want it. But today is your lucky hit day. Your lucky day. Because Sega Europe provided us with an extra bag. We're giving away this goodie bag that includes this Sonic Fleece cap, just like this one, but it hasn't had my head all over it. It also comes with this Sega lanyard. Sega logos. I've also chucked in some of Sonic's first games, including, if you have a look inside this box, a Steam code for Sonic Lost World.
All you gotta do for a chance to win is share this video on Twitter, Facebook or Tumblr. You can enter once on each website, giving you up to 3 chances to win. On Twitter, please type this in your tweet along with a link to the video. On Facebook, share the link from our page, making sure it's set to public. And on Tumblr, reblog the video from our Tumblr page. The contest closes on Thursday 12th of November, with the results revealed on Saturday the 14th.
So that's all you've got to do, so get sharing and...
Huh.